Hey there, YouTube. It's Bryan from BTECH. I've got my Jurassic Park hat, and I'm ready to show you how I turned this
Get down!
Everyone, hi!
The T-Rex is right height and high!
into this. Using HiggsField AI and a workflow using Nano Banana. Now, it's not perfect, but it is way better. So let's get to it. So we started with this, which came from a prompt. And here is, well, let's look at the picture first. So the original image came from, you know what? I deleted the image because it was that atrocious. But it came from a prompt. And we see here in the video that here is the picture. Sorry. Oh my god. So the picture came from a prompt, and this was it. It basically looked like this, and I'll actually put the picture up here. So it came from there. And then, as you know, and you've heard so far, with HiggsField and with pretty much any tool out there, you start with an image that you create, and then you can use tools like Kling to make that image into video. So what you get, what you start with is as good as you're going to get. The original image right here came from a prompt only. There were no references or anything like that. I just said two people in a Jeep entering the gate at Jurassic Park. You can see fire and rain and people. Well, it didn't quite turn out as we would have expected, but we're going to go through here and tell you where that went wrong and show you basically how you'd correct this and get the final product like you saw. So we start with really images, and it's an iteration. So you have to be willing to spend a little bit of credits. So keyframes. We got a keyframe. So one of the things that we do with a keyframe is we want to start from a good, high-quality keyframe so that when we create that into a video using Kling or some other AI model, it has something good to work with. So one of the things I knew that I wanted in the video was a close-up of the T-Rex face in the eye. Now, the first time I did this, we can see side profile of T-Rex head, close-up of eye, ultra realistic. Now, it overall does look ultra realistic, but I have to say that this looks like a human eye. So was I surprised when this came out like this? It's kind of cursed, to be honest. So in this case where you're just, and this was just a prompt. And let's see, and I also had with it these two images with the prompt. So it already knew about the T-Rex. Not sure why it didn't take the eye. Maybe it's the ultra realistic that it threw off, but you have to give it good data to begin with. So I didn't. So the next iteration that looks a lot better, it's pretty much the same one, but it looks a lot better. You see what I did is I gave it the original bad looking one, but I also gave it, which we really can't see here. Let's get back in here. Let's look at it again. You'll see what I did is I searched online for a good picture, just like I did for Jurassic Park. So I searched for a T-Rex eye. Of course, this is what you'd expect it to look like. So I used that as a reference in the prompt. And I say, replace the T-Rex eye with the second reference eye. So there was the original, and then here's the second reference. So I'm telling it specifically, replace the eye and have the T-Rex facing the gate. Well, it kind of screwed that up because we see the gate behind it, but we could iterate a few more times and get this to work right. But I hope you're seeing how we have to prompt these things. So in order to conserve credits when you don't have the ability to do unlimited, the best thing for you to do is to give it as many references as possible, so that it's the best possible outcome for you. This one, okay, this was one that I had wanted to see the Jeep coming through the gate. So we had given it the reference of the original where you saw where the T-Rex is in the background. And I say T-Rex point of view, which it is, looking down at the Jeep from inside the gate that is open. It's raining. So it did exactly what I wanted, but you have to be specific. Imagine it like you're trying to create instructions on how to like tie a shoe or make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Maybe you've had those experiences in school, and you know that you have to be super specific with this because it's going to do exactly what you want, but sometimes it might not be exactly. So you have to anticipate and describe the scene exactly as it is. So I don't want it going away because we're running into the gate and running into the T-Rex. So this doesn't make sense. So what I did is use that original one that was not working right as a reference. And then I say, Jeep is facing the T-Rex. Gates open toward the T-Rex. And you see that one gate is open towards the T-Rex. The other one is. So you could say both doors are open towards the T-Rex. See what I mean? You have to be very specific. Other than that, all the rest, the rain, the Jeep, the Jurassic Park Jeep, the flames, you can see part of the Jurassic Park logo back there. It's all looking really good. So then the other thing I did was I've got these pictures. I'll show them to you. This one of me, and then this one of my son, Alex. And I'm using, again, that reference frame of the Jeep. So the last shot that we had, you're going to build. So we're going to build the scene. And the next keyframe is those people getting out. I want them to be specific. So I added a picture of Alex. And I also added a picture of me. It's not the best picture of me, but it was a picture, okay? So that's what this is coming from. And I thought it did a really good job. From the static frame, it did a really good job of recreating what Alex is wearing here as he was dressed up as Dennis Nedry and myself just hanging out there with a t-shirt on. So looking up at this T-Rex, so medium close-up shot, and think of yourself as a filmmaker when you're doing this, because that's really what we're doing here in this case, and you probably will be, is like, what kind of shot? Is it a close-up? Is it a long shot? Is it a medium close-up? So the prompt was medium close-up shot of front of Jeep. Remember, it can get confused. Front of Jeep with the reference photo to, that's Alex, as passenger. And it kind of swapped it, okay? But I don't care. Leaning out of the window, and reference photo 3 leaning out of the driver's side window, looking up. So we're looking up. They're on the wrong sides, and they're not leaning out the window. They're actually outside the vehicle. I can forgive that. So that's basically what it is. And then you go to video, and then once you get the video, let's show you a couple videos that didn't quite work out. Some of them are, I would say, cursed. We've already seen this one in another video. If you haven't checked it, check it out. And I have the full one with all the audio that you can see under my cursed AI playlist. So check that out. Some of the cursed photos and things I'll put in there. So let's take a look at the Jeep rushes towards the Jurassic Park gate at high speed, kicking up dirt and dust, Camera follows close behind, and we see all the people in the Jeep waving to the bystanders and yelling them to get out and hide. T-Rex roar can be heard. This is basically the same prompt that ended up with this one. Only I'm starting with the reference picture of this. This is the reference. So without a reference in the prompt, it gives you this crazy stuff. This is still a little bit crazy, but let's take a look at it. I like this. Take a look at this Jeep. What is happening with this? Where did it go? I'll put this in cursed AI. This is pretty nuts. Yep. So that wasn't too awesome. So I did this one. Um, this is actually, I think this is actually the same exact prompt, but let's take a look. I don't know what was happening with those people, and then this doesn't look like a T-Rex at all. There are people on each other and coming out of each other, people's faces mutating. This also is going into cursed AI. So this one is another try, but it's with Seed Dance. The other ones were Cling. Her audio doesn't make sense, and she just appears. But when this with this one with Seed Dance 1.5 Pro, um, it looked a lot more realistic, I think. Except for, of course, whatever this sloth creature is, maybe from kind of looks like the Demogorgon a little bit. So this one was Seed Dance again, but I changed I put two references, a start frame and an end frame. So with some of these models like Seed Dance, you can put a start frame and an end frame. So I did that. So the Jeep with the crack in the door is the first frame, and the second frame is the doors open and there's a T-Rex there. I got those from online. And I changed the prompt. So a Jeep rushes forward because we saw the last one, it was going back, which is a common issue with AI, especially with the video production. So you have to really specify the way it is going. Jeep rushes forward away from the camera. Be very specific. Toward the Jurassic Park gate at high speed, wheels kicking up dirt and dust. The camera follows close behind, and we don't see anyone in the Jeep. This is important because I don't want 100 people in there. I don't want people morphing in there. I just want to keep it clean. And understanding that if you don't tell AI specifically to not do that, it's going to do that. Sound of the Jeep revving as it speeds through the gate. Just inside the gate, an enormous T-Rex roars into the air. Slow pan up to the T-Rex eye as raindrops fall around. Extreme close-up of the eye. The people get small. No dialogue. Ambient sounds of rain, fire, gravel, bugs. Now, one of the things I did realize here is what my prompt is a couple of different scenes, and this is just not capable of doing that. That's why we have to break them up on the keyframe and build it that way. So where I went wrong is I'm telling it to go with the Jeep, and then I'm saying that there's a pan up to the T-Rex, and then there's a close-up on the eye and stuff like that, and that just does not translate. So overall, this one's great. It has all of the sounds and the revving and the rain and the dirt. It's looking pretty good. And the T-Rex looks like a T-Rex. Looks amazing. And this is all because of the reference. It's all because of the reference frames. So let's take a look at this one. This was the reference frame from, it's a good picture of my likeness and Alex's likeness here. And we'll go kind of morph here, kind of morph here. Opening this nonchalant here. And this thing's This is not attacking. We don't seem to be scared. So Jeep moves through the gate. This is Kling. Jeep moves through the gate and screeches to a halt. The people get out of the car slowly as the T-Rex comes into frame from the top, and we hear a low rumbling growl. No dialogue. So it did not respect the no dialogue. And I don't know what's happening here with the arm. The eye looks right. So here we go. This one is the, oops, I misspelled that. Gates swing open towards the T-Rex. Jeep moves through the gate and screeches to a halt. Jeep moves toward the T-Rex. Again, we're doing direction here. No dialogue, no people. And cut. That was perfect. T-Rex is here. There's the Jeep. Screeches to a halt. There's no dialogue. That's good. So let's take a look at the close-up of the T-Rex with its iris getting small as it focuses on the Jeep below it. If you've seen Jurassic Park, you remember the iconic scene. Keep the framing, don't move around. Move the eye to look down as it focuses. Light raindrops fall, rain sounds, low rumble of the T-Rex, no dialogue. Did a good job following this prompt. It was very specific, you see. This one, not so much. People close doors with the people seen through the windshield inside the car. The Jeep doors open. The people get out of the car slowly as the T-Rex comes into frame. See, my problem is the eyeball was here. And I don't believe that that's really what I want to do. So let's see how it handles it. So as we can see here, like this is a completely different Jeep. There's a billion people in here. They look like they're with the army or something like that. It's because I didn't give any references to the Jeep. I didn't realize that I kept the eye reference and nothing else. And I should have had the reference photo with Alex and I in the Jeep. So this is where AI is making stuff up. So be specific. If you don't learn or pull anything out of this, it's be specific. Let's take a look. This one, doors are closed with the people seen through the windshield inside the car. Jeep doors open. The people get out of the car slowly as the T-Rex comes into frame. From top, we hear a low rumbling growl. No dialogue from the people. Not bad. This made the final cut. It didn't follow all my instructions. So if that's the case, then you'll think about how you could break that up into two different generations. So that's it. I hope that you learned something, and your takeaway here for homework is to try this stuff out, to try HiggsField. I do not have any discounts or anything, but try it out, or whatever else you can use. You do a high quality photo. With the photo, you want to put reference photos in there. I like Nano Banana. Put references for everything that you want to recreate and get a nice high quality. The photos that I use are 2K. With HiggsField right now, 2K Nano Banana are free, so they don't take any of your credits. So once you've got that, then you can put it in an image generation. We've seen Seed Dance. Seed Dance works pretty good. Kling 2.6 is working pretty good. But you have to be specific, especially if you have motion. Where is it going? How is it working? As far as from the camera, if you're looking at it, you're the camera. Where is that going? And that will probably get you pretty good. So I hope that you're continuing this journey. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if there's anything you want to see specifically, and we'll see about making it for you. Until next time, stay curious. Bye for now.